Hello children, class 6, chapter Getting to Know Plants. Everyone is familiar with the terms plants, right? Here in this chapter, we are going to study a different variety of plants. We know when we observe around our surroundings, we know that huge varieties of plants do exist on earth. For example, if you look your own surroundings, you can see the coconut tree, you can see also mango trees there, and also we can see small plants like rose is there, hibiscus and jasmine, etc. are there. All of these are different from each other in their be their size or shape or the types of flower or the leaf, the shape of the leaves, okay, the colors and the fragrance of the leaves, the size of the stem. And we can also observe when we compare our mango tree with our rose plant. Mango tree is huge, the mango tree is a plant which is very tall, whereas rose is very short compared to that. Okay, here it is given pictures of different kinds of flowers. Only the flowers that showing different shape is there and size and also color. Okay, so mainly there are three types of plants based on their size. All the plants can be mainly classified into three types based on their size. They are herbs. First one is herbs. Okay, so herbs are those plants which are very small in size. Okay, so the best example we can cite, we can think of is about of grass. Okay, and here they have, they are usually of, obviously as I said, it is of short height, and they have green and soft or tender stems. Tender in the sense, tender means soft stems. Okay, herbs are plants used in food, flavoring, for pleasant smell and for medicinal purpose. Okay, examples are given here. Pudina, our mint. Okay, coriander is there, tulsi is there. These are all examples of herbs. Okay, so herbs are those plants which are very small in size, and they are green, they have green and soft stems, and these plants may or may not have branches. It is not necessary that when we consider example of grass, it is not necessary that these plants do not have branches. They may have branches. Okay, examples is already given here. The next type of plants based on the size is shrubs. Okay, so shrubs are those plants which is medium in size. That is, neither these plants are too small nor too big. Example is our rose plant and hibiscus, jasmine, and all are examples of shrubs. Okay, so some other characteristics of shrubs are, they are already mentioned. First one is neither it is too short nor it is too tall, and the stem is hard and woody and is also thin stem. Okay, compared to herbs, their stem is hard and is also thin. Okay, so and also the branches are usually seen towards the base of the stem. While comparing these shrubs, okay, the branches are usually seen at the bottom part, at the base part of the stem. Okay, so once again, what is shrubs? Shrubs are plants that have branching near the base, and also their stem is hard but thin. These are called shrubs. They are shorter in height, but as compared to herbs, they are somewhat bigger and have multiple stems. They are usually found in decorative, as in found in gardens for decorative purposes, like as I already mentioned, examples are hibiscus, flowering plant, jasmine is there, etc. Okay, so the third type of plants based on their size is trees. Okay, so trees are plants that are very tall. Okay, we can ourselves can imagine. Okay, they are very tall and their stem is very strong and is thick and is very thick and is usually seen in brown in color. Okay, so trees are very tall and have strong, thick, brown stems. Branches are many and is towards the upper part of the stem. Compared to shrubs, shrubs have usually stems at the bottom part, at the base part, and trees have usually stems at the top, upper part. Okay, so trees are plants that are very tall and have hard, thick, brown stem. Okay, the stems have branches in the upper part much above the ground. Okay, examples are coconut trees, there mango, neem, apple, etc. Okay, so these are the three types of plants based on their size. There is not only these type of plants, we have some other plants also which is slightly different from the already discussed plants. Okay, normally if we think of plants, we think of something which grows vertically upward, right? But there are some other plants which is different, like if we can see, like our money plant and all. Money plant here as shown here, pumpkin and watermelon plant. Okay, so this plant, like this pumpkin and this watermelon are called as creepers. Okay, because they creep along the ground. Okay, such type of plants are called creepers. These have weak stems and also they need support, so that weak stems need support. They cannot stand upright by their own and spreads on the ground. That is, they creep along the ground and are called creepers. Examples are watermelon and pumpkin and muskmelon. Okay, so there are some other plants also apart from herbs, shrubs, and trees. The first classification we discussed is creepers. There is some other plants called climbers. Okay, so the climbers, as the word itself indicate, it climb. Okay, some plants take support on the neighboring structures like wall or trees or fence and climb up using that support. They take their support of other things like wall or other plants, and they as their support they climb this support. Okay, they climb this wall. As a result, they are called as climbers. Examples, I already mentioned money plant, which is very common in everybody's home, and we can also see grapevine. Okay, we can see it in movies and all. The grapes are usually grown on a fence. Okay, and bean plant, pea plant, etc. are all examples of climbers. Okay, so far we discussed about different types of plants. We started from herbs, which is too short. Next, shrubs, which is medium in size, and the next one, tree, which is very tall, and the fourth one, creepers, which usually creeps along the ground, and the fifth one, climbers, which climbs up with the help of a support. Okay, so next part we are going to discuss about different parts of the plant. Here we are getting to know plants. As the title indicates, we are getting to know more about plants. First we have discussed the different types of plants. Now we are moving to the different parts of the plants. Okay, so the first part we are going to discuss is the stem part. Okay, stem part is the part which is erect and it provides support to other parts of the plants like our branches and our fruits, flowers, and all. It forms this stem part flows the provides a support to other parts of the plant. These are usually erect means upright, and it is the aerial part of the plant. Aerial part in the sense part which is above the ground, which is in contact with the atmosphere air. Okay, so aerial part. Stem is the part of plants that supports leaves, flowers, and fruits, and it is the erect aerial part. Okay, so The following are the next three are the characteristics of the stem. Okay, so it usually move towards the sunlight. Okay, so in some plants, in certain plants, this term is not necessary, it should be above the ground itself. In some plants, in certain plants, it can also be seen in underground as well. Okay, so the functions is already mentioned. It supports leaves, flowers and fruits, and the main purpose of the stem is that it helps in conduction of water and nutrients between root and other parts of the plants like leaves, fruits, etc. Okay, so the stems helps in the transport of fluid means water and also nutrients, okay, from the roots to other parts of the soil. We know, we will discuss in detail about roots in our next session. Okay, so we know, for now, roots is actually absorbing all the nutrients and also the water which are present in the soil. Okay, so it is absorbed, the nutrients present in the soil is absorbed by this root, but it should be transported to other parts of the plants also, right? Okay, so for this purpose the stem is actually working. Okay, the stem is actually conducting, or stem helps us to transport these water and nutrients to other parts of the plant. Okay, so the this movement of water and mineral is done through the stem with the help of this xylem. Okay, so in order to perform, we can also examine this by performing an activity to prove that stem actually conducts water. So for this, just take a simply a beaker containing water and dip a plant in such a way that half of the stem is dissolved in water and the half of the stem is above the water. Okay, half of the stem as well as the flower part is above the water, and half, the small portion of the stem, is dissolved in water, dipped in water. Okay, now next what we have to do is put a few drops of ink in that water. Suppose it may be red ink. Okay, red ink, a few drops of red ink is actually included in that water, and leave it some time. After sometimes, if we cut the stem from the middle part above the water, okay, and if we observe the cross section, we can see actually spots of red color. Okay, this red color indicates that this the water, the red color water, the red ink poured water is actually absorbed by this stem, and it is being transported, to other parts of the plant. As a result, if we cut the plant in the middle, we can actually see the red color spots. Okay, okay, so the stem, the main function of the stem is to support the other parts and also to conduct water and nutrients. Okay, so in some plants, these stems are actually modified to perform some other functions. For example, the thorns that we can observe in some plants, okay, in some flowering plants, it is like a act as a defense. This stem is modified in the form of thorns as for the purpose of defense. Okay, so there is stem modified in some other purpose like food storage and like for mechanical support and all. Okay, so here we have discussed only a single part of the flower, a single part of the plant, that is stem. In the next session we will discuss in detail about the other parts of the plants. Okay, here we can see the movement of the water which is absorbed by the root to other parts of the plants. Okay, thank you.